There's tired, and then there's Parkinson's tired. And if you know the difference, you know. One time I sat down to tie my shoes and I woke up 45 minutes later with one shoe on and a spoon in my hand. So if you've been asking yourself, why am I so exhausted with Parkinson's? You're not crazy. You're not lazy. You're just fighting a battle that no one else can see. And stick around to the end because not only are we going to break down why this happens, I've also got a tip that's helped me the most, plus a Bryce-ism that you'll want to hear.
Welcome to Living with Parkinson's. The good, the bad, and the reality. Real talk, real life, real community with Bryce Perry. Let's begin.
Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Bryce, and I've been living with Parkinson's now for over 15 years. This channel is all about the good, the bad, and the reality of Parkinson's. And fatigue? Oh yeah, that's real. If you ever felt like your energy is gone before your day even starts, or like the simplest task turns into a mountain climb, then this one's for you. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet, and make sure to stick around to the end to unlock your Bryce-ism of the episode. It's a good one, I promise you. But let's get right into this. Let's clear something up right at the beginning. Fatigue with Parkinson's isn't just being a little sleepy. It's like somebody unplugged your life force. No warning, no recharge cord. Some days I wake up more exhausted than when I went to bed. It's not fixed by a nap, and it's not about being lazy or being out of shape. It's neurological. It's real, and it can hit anyone with Parkinson's, and it can hit at any stage. You could be sitting watching TV and suddenly feel like your limbs weigh 1,000 pounds. Now, it's not always medication, but sometimes it is. And that's the weird part. Sometimes fatigue comes with medication, and sometimes from lack of it. Too much dopamine, you feel sluggish. Too little, and guess what? You feel sluggish. It's like walking a tightrope with a fan blowing in your face. I've had days where I look at my meds, where I took my meds perfectly on time and still hit a wall by noon. So if you're dealing with unpredictable exhaustion, talk to your doctor. It's not always a dosage, but it's worth looking at. So that's one way to look at it. Let's look at the difference though between fatigue and sleepiness. Okay, there's an important distinction. Fatigue is not the same as sleepiness. Sleepiness is like I could nap right now. Fatigue is I'm so wiped I couldn't get out of bed even if I tried. And Parkinson's often gives us both, right? Thanks, Parkinson's. You're the gift that keeps on giving, aren't you? I've fallen asleep at red lights. I've fallen asleep on a Zoom call. I even fell asleep once during a haircut, believe it or not. I woke up with half the haircut and a very confused barber. And wasn't that a fun thing to wake up to? And you know what the hardest part about this is? It's explaining it to others. You say, I'm tired, right? And what do people say back? Me too. I didn't sleep well either. But it's not about sleep. Now, listen, it's about your brain using 10 times more energy to do what used to be automatic walking, thinking, even swallowing. 10 times. One viewer wrote, I feel like I'm dragging an invisible anchor behind me. And that comment really hit home. I love that comment. And if you've got your own metaphor for exhaustion, drop it in the comments because I love to read them. And you know what? I really do. I read and I reply to every single one. So if you want that, please get it in there. But here's the thing with this exhaustion. And let's be honest, there's no magic cure. But here's what made a difference for me. I plan my day around my on times, not wishful thinking. That's the first thing I do. I plan everything around my on times. I don't just try to hope it happens. I try to make it happen. Okay. The second thing I do, I build in recovery time after everything I do. Okay. If I got to cut the grass and we have somewhere to go and Carmen says, hey, we got an hour. We have to be here. How long is it going to take to cut the grass? I know it's going to take me half an hour. I build in another half an hour for some recovery time. So it's an hour. So build recovery time into everything you do. That way you get that rest back to you. The third thing I do, same as I always say, I use a the pill cap timer reminder, plus the reminders on my phone, plus on the Alexa, plus on my Siri, plus in my car, plus everywhere, plus some sticky notes. I make sure I know when I'm supposed to take that next pill, and I do it religiously. And I'll say it again, I've said it a million times. Meds on time every time. Okay. What's another thing I do? Well, I say no more than I used to. And I know that's a difficult one for people. Saying no, you feel weak. You feel like you're making up excuses. You feel like, I should be able to do this. I want to say yes, but sometimes you have to say no. You have to prioritize what is important to you. What is the most important thing every day? What is the thing that if you don't do this today, you're going to be the most disappointed by? And that's your number one thing. So plan around that one and say no to the other things that might come up. Like, in other words, I might say no to house cleaning because I want to make sure I'm feeling good when my daughter gets here. So pick what's most important and plan your day around that. And this is a big one. And this is one that most of you don't do, and I didn't do for a long time. And this is what you need to start doing right away if you really want to help yourself and get to another level and get your mindset around what's going on here. Is this. I stopped apologizing for needing rest. I stopped apologizing for needing rest, and you need to stop doing that. It's not your fault you need rest. It's not your fault. You've been diagnosed with a brain disorder, a progressive brain disorder with no cure. Boy, that was heavy, right? We were all welcomed into this club that nobody wanted to be a part of, but we're here and we're in the club. So stop apologizing for what you need. It's not you, it's Parkinson's. Okay, but here's the biggest change. This is the biggest change that I did. The biggest change I did to help myself was track everything: sleep, food, symptoms, activities, because patterns matter and fatigue loves to hide in patterns. I've even made a tracker for it. I really did. And it hides in there. And I'm going to give you a link to it. Okay, I'm going to try my best. And if it's not quite there, it should be there. But look in the description below, and I'm going to put a tracker in for tracking your fatigue. Okay, and do it. It'll help you. Trust me, it'll help you. So, what about you? It's not just about me. This is a community. It's not about Bryce all the time. So, I want to hear from you. How about this? What does Parkinson's fatigue feel like for you? Remember that description of being like it was dragging an anchor. What does it feel like to you? Drop that in the comments. I read and reply everyone, but it's not just for me. I read so many comments where people are saying, "Oh, Bryce, you and your people, you and your group, you and your groupies." So if you're a commenter and you're a follower, then I guess we're groupies. We're doing this together. But your comments, what it feels like to you, it's helping people. It's helping thousands of people. And doesn't that feel good at the end of the day? So again, what does Parkinson's fatigue feel like for you? And what's helped or what hasn't helped? Drop it in the comments. Let's crowdsource this one, because you never know who your tip might help. And if you're watching this while lying down, half dressed, and questioning whether cereal counts as dinner, you're my people. All right. Well, listen, if you've made it this far, all right, then that means you've unlocked the Bryce-ism of the episode. So here you go. With Parkinson's, sometimes getting through the day is the victory. Resting isn't quitting, it's strategy. Put that on a sticky note or a coffee mug, or maybe I did. Hey, if this video made you feel good, give it a like. And if you know somebody who's always tired and always blaming themselves, send this their way. And if you want to go deeper, you want to talk about this a little bit more in depth, join the Inner Circle. It's a private group, live calls, real talk, real people who get it. Come join the community. The link's in the description. Don't do it alone. And guess what? You're not alone in this. We're figuring it out together, one day, one video, and one story at a time. And until next time, what do you always say? Keep doing life and keep doing it today.